Hi everybody, this is Rick here and welcome to Digital Fortress. In today's video, I'm going to showcase Clio.One, specifically the edu.clio.one. What they have is a course roadmap, and this is kind of like to tide myself over until the roadmap comes out. I'm expecting possibly May 2019 for the Cardano roadmap. What they make is between the Cardano Foundation, Emergo, and IOHK, they make a very granular, detailed roadmap that's relatively dynamic because of all the rapid updates in software development. What I found over Clio.One, which is made by Marcus Guffler, Robert Koronacki, and a couple other people who are involved with that, is they have a cool little roadmap over there and a lot of educational material. So I want to kind of showcase that today. So let's go take a look at what they have at edu.clio.one. Here's the main web page, Clio.One, and what I'm going to go to is the education portal. When you go to the education portal, it's going to take you to the edu.clio.one web page, where they have all kinds of cool lessons here. Okay, if you go down to the About, they have some information on smart contracts, lessons, understanding Cardano, find something new, other lessons and topics down below. A couple different ways of getting to the lessons. And I'm going to go to the Cardano 101 link here. And when I go to that link, I'm going to select the Ouroboros 101, Understanding a Protocol. And this opens up an information page on the basics of Ouroboros. So if you haven't seen it before, this might be a good place to start. And then down here is a Ouroboros development link that goes into a media presentation. Okay. And so what I've done is I hit it into play so we can go straight to the end. All right. So this is the part I thought was a really cool roadmap that they've made on there. The dates down here at the bottom, the years aren't entirely specific to the bar graph, but I really like this bar graph format where they broke it down into what they called scientific research. And right now we're right about at this point on the roadmap where Ouroboros BFT is in place. So it started off with Ouroboros Classic and Prowess. Currently we're on Ouroboros BFT, and it's about to be May 2019 here. And the cool thing is if you go horizontally across these bars, you go into scientific research and you can understand the order in which the different versions of Ouroboros will be deployed. So you have that here. And the dates might adjust, but at least it gives you a pretty good idea of how these are laid out. So I really like this layout. Then on engineering development side, you have the federated mainnet, which we're on right now with Ouroboros BFT. That's always preceded by testnet. And as we go through these different cycles of Genesis, Crypsinus, and Hydra, and so on, there'll be testnets followed by the decentralized mainnet. Currently we're on the federated mainnet. Anticipate with Shelley coming out sometime during the late spring or summer of 2019, you'll be seeing the decentralized mainnet coming out. Then down here on the rollout we have Byron, which we're currently on, but it's at the very last phase. Byron's about to be retired, and it will transition into Shelley. And I could imagine if this map were expanded, it would go on to show Goguen, if I pronounced that correctly, I hope I did, and Basho and Voltaire as those reach out into the future. So, interesting way of slicing a very coarse roadmap. Again, it's not fine and granular like the officially published roadmap, but it is a pretty interesting take on it, and along with a lot of other good information available on the Clio.One webpage. So if you're interested in doing your own estimates on what a roadmap might look like and how long things will actually take, you can probably get a rough idea, whereas the first versions of Cardano 1.0 through 1.5, we're currently 1.5, 1.6 will probably roll out maybe in the next couple of weeks, maybe late May, up through 1.8 as the transition from Byron ends and Shelley begins, where 2.0 and so on picks up. So you got to figure, the first year, well, since September 29th, 2017, it's been in the Byron phase, so that's a year and a half. Then it rolls into Shelley. So you could make a pipeline and say, well, it was a year and a half on Byron, then we switch over to Shelley. However, I wouldn't do a year and a half plus a year and a half plus a year and a half for every phase. It's not like that at all. There's a lot of parallel efforts and a lot more developers at IOHK and Emergo now, primarily IOHK for the protocol rollouts. And so you could say, well, Shelley development started, I'm not sure I would put a number on, I'd say about 9 months ago. So you're looking at 9 months rollout with Shelley, and it'll be transitioning into, Goguen after that. And that's going to be another time period, yet there's overlap. So you're still probably looking at Voltaire, which is the 5th phase of development to get the final major components out. And you could probably estimate, yeah, maybe late 2021 will probably be done. And another way you could probably granularly estimate a timeline if you're interested in doing that would be to take all of the research papers and say, how much time does it take to take X amount of research paper and turn that into functioning code? So right now the stack of papers is like that thick, and it took a year and a half to get through an inch and a half of code. So to finish it out, I mean, it's still growing. I mean, the stack of research papers will continue to grow, but to get through about 6 inches of code at an inch and a half per year, you're looking at 4 years. So there's many different ways you can slice your estimates. Again, they're just estimates. They're subject to change, especially when new discoveries come about. But if you wanted to give a shot, feel free, and you can always refer back and see how your estimates do compared to the actual official timeline that comes out. And when the roadmap does come out, I'm going to do another video and go through the granular details of roadmap, and also look forward to Sebastian and other folks, and Philippe, who also will probably be looking at the roadmap when a new one comes out and providing videos on those as well. I'm going to provide links down below to Clio.One so you can jump right on over there and dig into some of the lessons. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.